This is a short video in the Let's Go Beekeeping series, and this one is about record sheets or record cards. Now, I think it's important that all beekeepers keep records. The only requirement is for a treatment, but then there's a special veterinary medicines a form that you really should use, although I think most people will use their normal record sheet. When you start beekeeping, you'll probably want to record almost everything under the sun and probably end up writing an essay rather than recording what you need to record. The further you get into beekeeping, the less and less you'll probably record. Now, I think record sheets are a very personal thing, and I don't think I know many people who use the same sheet that other people do. They tend to record what they want to record, and that's absolutely fine. It's a lot easier these days with forms that you can make up to suit yourself, and you can change them after a year or two if you like. When I wanted one, I went online, as probably most other people do, and I couldn't find anything that really suited me. And I did find one with, I think, 34 boxes that you had to tick or put across, or make some sort of marking every time you went to a colony. And I thought that was a bit over the top, and beekeeping to me is enjoyment. It shouldn't really be a chore. And a lot of the things that were recorded, I thought to myself, what on earth are you recording them for? Now, as an experienced beekeeper, I decided what I wanted to record, and I've got them on my sheet, and it's my sheet I'd like to discuss. I'm not pushing it on you, it's just one person's record sheet. So let's just look at your beekeeping. If you clip your queens, you're probably inspecting your colony about 15 times a year, give or take a little bit, if you do what you should be doing when you should be doing it. If you've got unclipped queens, it could be anywhere between about 25 and 30. Now, I clip all my queens, so what I did was make up a form, and it's just in Word, and I've done it in landscape, and it just fitted in that I've got 19 slots. Now, I think in the 25 years or so that I've used this, I think I've had to go on the second side probably a handful of times. And the reason is that I do quite a lot of queen rearing, and I do sometimes do more records or entries than most beekeepers. So what did I do? Well, I had a whole sheet for a colony for a year. So I've got up here colony name and the year. Then there's bits here that I don't often use. One is whether it's an overwintered queen or not. That's obviously handy early in the season. And then the source. So if it came from colony number 9 or Elsie or whatever, then you could put that in if you like. It might just help you with your queen records. And then I've got the date column, that's the first one. So this is the year 2025. So every inspection I do, I'll just put in the date. And then I've got 3 columns that are simple. I've just got yes or no, and I'll cross out the one that's is inappropriate. Is the queen laying? Yes or no? That's pretty obvious. If there are eggs and the queen is there, then it's a yes. Otherwise, it's a no. Is the queen clipped and marked? Also yes or no. Now, I only mark that down if I see her. So if I see her and she is clipped and marked, and I clip and mark everything, then I put that in as a yes. If I don't see her, if I don't see the queen, I don't put anything. I don't assume that it's still clipped or unclipped or whatever. I don't put anything, so I then know when the last time was that I saw the queen. And then, are there any queen cells? Yes or no? Now, queen cells to me aren't just queen cups. It's if there's something in them, egg or larva, or even if they're sealed. So even if I find one egg in a queen cell that may be either very early swarming or perhaps supersedure, then I put a yes. Now for me, because I do quite a lot of queen rearing, and I'm quite selective at what I use, I've got two columns. One is for temper of the colony, so that's when I'm handling it, and the other one is for calmness on the comb, which I think is quite important, because I've found over the years if the bees run around, the queens always do. If the bees are nice and calm, the queens are calm. So if you want to find your queen and they're runners, I've even found queens outside a colony on occasions, or several occasions, and I've even sent them in rapid feeders. It seems that if you just give them a little bit of smoke, they've gone. Now, you can put them as you like. I've got my own marking system, which I won't bore you with. You can put a tick or a cross, or you can have a scale, so 0 to 5, 0 to 10, or whatever. I happen to have 0 to 10. I never give everything 10 because I always think there's room for improvement. But 9 is a sort of maximum I give. That's those two columns, and then I've got one for groups. Now it's fairly well known that I've got groups A and group B. Group A are the queens that I like. I'm happy to raise queens from. Group B are those that I want to replace. Now, I personally introduced a group C, which I don't normally tell people about, but group C is where the queen herself has come from good stock. So she's putting out good drones, but she happens to have mated with probably some imported types. So the colony itself is actually very mixed. The workers are very mixed colour, and that sort of thing. So I wouldn't really want to raise queens from them. So for most people, it will be just group A or B. You don't have to do it my way. I'm just explaining what I'm doing, and then I've got a column for or a row rather for comments and treatments. So if let's say I see chalk brood or deformed wing virus perhaps, then I'd put that in there. If I've taken the queen away or introduced a queen, I'd put it in that column there. And that I've found satisfies my requirements as an experienced beekeeper. You've noticed that there's several things that I've omitted that other people do, such as the amount of drone brood, or the amount of, or number of combs with brood on, and that sort of thing, or the number of supers it's on. If you want to do that, that's absolutely fine, and I certainly wouldn't criticise anyone for doing it. But I don't do it because I don't feel I need to. So, whatever it is, make sure that your record sheet fits your purpose. And if you do it yourself, you can always alter it. You can make additions. You can take things away. You can do whatever you like. So if it helps you understand your beekeeping, understand your colonies, and it helps you enjoy your beekeeping, then please do it.